Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you. Excuse my yawning. Returning to you for another movie review, and sorry for starting off the review with my yawn. Um, this is for Harold and the Purple Crayon, the 2024 film. I got a chance to watch for myself to see what I was going to think of this film with Zachary Levi playing as Harold in this film. So I'm going to discuss what I watched for this movie that was from a book, a children's book from years ago, and I'll let you know my thoughts on this movie that was fictional that came into light for them to direct and make a movie for this. So let's dive into this movie review now. Zachary Levi plays Harold, and he has this magical crayon that can draw anything. Um, Anything within reason that makes people happy and all that. But with what I've seen with this film, the beginning is very cringy, for sure. It just starts off so odd, so cringy. It just, to watch through this film, it kind of sets in motion disappointment. And it was disappointing of a film. I really was hoping this movie wouldn't have sucked as much as I thought it was gonna suck. It is a bad movie, for sure. The acting in it is not terrible, but it's kind of mid. It's it is average at best for the acting. It's not one of the best performances I've seen. Zoe Deschanel was uh in this film too, girl that played in the New Girl show. And with what I've seen with her performance in this, it wasn't terrible, but looking at it face value, I just couldn't really form an opinion on that too much. But with the execution of the story, it's interesting, but it leaves me to fall into the category of worst movie. So I think with this, it was a little too try hard of a film, and the story goes that they try to go to the real world, and they actually do. Harold, with his magical crayon, his purple crayon that's magically can draw anything that comes to mind to him, and then it comes true. It comes to fruition, and it really happens. So, in this film, it's a children's movie. I mean, some kids are going to like this film, and that's fine. But for me personally, I just couldn't get on board with this film because of how the pacing was for the movie and its execution. This movie kind of was a flop, for sure. So if I were to give Harold and the Purple Crayon a score, I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. It's disappointing. I will say one good thing about the film. The middle to the end gets a little bit better, but it doesn't save the film from totally sucking that bad. It's not one of the worst films I've seen, but it is a bad film, for sure. It's just the storyline just didn't execute very well, and it just the way it presented itself, it left me to kind of cringe through this film with Zachary Levi's performance, because some of the time his performance at the beginning of the movie was pretty cringy, for sure. And it just, I don't know, this film just didn't offer enough to keep me entertained for the hour and 30 minutes of this film. So it's not a long movie, but it's not a movie I'd recommend checking out. So 5.5 out of 10 for Harold and the Purple Crayon. I know they made a book for this back in the 90s or whatever not. I don't know when they made the book, to be honest, but you can recorrect me in the comment section below if you need to. But from what I've seen with the 2024 film, not impressed. I was left bored with this film. So Yeah, 5.5 out of 10 for Harold and the Purple Crayon for this 2024 movie review. Thanks for watching this movie review tonight.